Aw, boo-hoo-hoo. Why don't you wave your magic little horn and make everything all right? Oh, that's right. You can't. You don't have one.
Damn!
Hello everyone, I'm Keen947, aka Wolfkeen, and welcome to My Little Pony Vlogs of Season 2. Today, I'm talking about Return of Harmony Part 1, written by M.A. Larson. Alright guys, here we go. Season 2 of My Little Pony. Like I said in my introduction video, I feel like this is when the show legitimately got good in many cases. And I feel like this is when they pushed the boundary in some areas, especially with the animation and its story structure. So, Return of Harmony Part 1. I feel like this is a better first part for a two-parter than Friendship is Magic Part 1 from Season 1. But let me get into this idea of this episode. The episode starts with basically, the school, the CMCs being on a field trip to the Canterlot Garden. For some reason, they're fighting with each other. Like, at one point, they bump at each other, and then they have glaring looks at each other. I know it's common for friends to fight and to bicker with each other, but the amount that they were going to, considering how good friends they are, what happened? Like, honestly, did they, get into a fight the day before or something like that? Like, they were really at each other's ends, to the point where they actually fought each other in front of their own class. What happens, though, is that Cheerly talks about this statue called a Draconicus, which is supposed to be the head of a pony and a body made up of anything else, which is supposed to represent discord. What happens, though, is after the fight with the CMCs and, they leave on their field trip, that statue begins to crack, and then we hear, this menacing laugh. What happens next is that we basically move on to Rainbow Dash trying to corral these clouds, but for some reason the cloud is not only made of cotton candy, but it's raining chocolate milk for some reason. And yes, guys, I know, obvious joke is obvious.
Chocolate rain!
So you can leave me alone about that joke now. But then the weather starts getting worse and worse as, not only is there chocolate milk rain and cotton candy clouds, the corn is turning into popcorn, apples are becoming, 4 times the size that they are, and the animals are acting in strange ways, like growing longer legs and stuff like that. So Twilight tries to use a spell that she says is going to be a failsafe, and it completely fails. And then she has, a very interesting idea about how to handle this situation. Once the situation gets handled, she gets a letter from Princess Celestia telling them to come to Canterlot at once, which they do. They find out that apparently an old villain of Princess Celestia's, Discord, has just escaped. Apparently, Celestia and Luna went against Discord with the elements of harmony about 1,000 years ago. Now, they did show this scene in Season 4. In Season 4, Episode 2. They showed the battle against Discord with the elements of harmony and stuff like that. So, we get an idea of what it's like. Basically, Celestia wants the Main Six to use the elements of harmony once again to stop Discord this time. The thing is that Celestia and Luna have been disconnected from the elements of harmony at this point. They don't really explain that too much, except that, the Main Six were able to control them more effectively than Princess Celestia and Princess Luna. Though, when she does go to find the elements of harmony and get them out of a chest that she has in a secret door, they're gone. They're gone. So, she tries to figure out what happened, and then we start hearing that menacing laugh again, and then we hear that insane speech pattern of Discord, who is voiced by John Delancey. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm pretty sure everybody else has said this already in their analysis, review, vlog, whatever, but is it me, or does Discord remind anyone of Shea Gorath from Oblivion and Skyrim, and the Riddler from Batman? Everyone knows my favorite Batman villain is the Riddler, and Shea Gorath is one of the craziest characters from Elder Scrolls. I mean, think about it. Discord barely makes any sense at times and is very sporadic, just like Shea Gorath. But at the same time, he gives his opponent a chance to win, like the Riddler. Think about it. The Riddler's always leaving clues for Batman to find because he wants to prove how much smarter he is than Batman. And then you have Shea Gorath, who doesn't make sense half the time and says some of the weirdest, most sporadic things possible. And honestly, he just makes no sense. That's what Discord is in a nutshell. He's basically like Shea Gorath and the Riddler in more ways than one. Okay, what happens is basically at one point he finally does tell the main six a clue as to what to do. I believe I remember, I think it was twists and turns are my master plan. And then you'll find the elements back where you began. Yeah, there we go, I got it correct. So Twilight makes an assumption that maybe he's talking about the labyrinth. So they go to the labyrinth and Discord takes away Twilight and Rarity's horn and Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy's wings, saying that no wings, no magic, that's a rule. So yeah, Discord is playing with them at this point. And I kind of like how, like, he's being so calm about it. Like, he's being so calm about it and just basically playing a game with them. I love that. I mean, he shows how powerful he is and how he can easily take on the main six. And he's just playing around with them. Like, I love that. Like, damn it, Skype. I forgot to lower the freaking thing. But, I love how Discord did that. The one thing I did like about this episode was that, okay, they go into the maze, and then they get separated. This is when this portion of the story begins. Discord forcing the main six against their elements of harmony. So basically, he basically turned Applejack into a liar, you know, element of honesty. Now she's a liar. And, you know, then he turned Pinkie Pie against her element of laughter, which is now, I believe that one's irritability. I think that one is irritability that she has. Then came Rarity, where he turned her against her element by, you know, making her generosity to greed. Then you have Fluttershy, which you already saw the joke at the beginning of this video, so you already know what I'm talking about. From kindness to basically, freak, I forgot the word. I had brain fart, I just woke up. Give me a break. So then we move on to Rainbow Dash, where Discord actually plays to Rainbow Dash a little bit. You know how Rainbow Dash is supposed to be loyal in many cases, so he actually makes it out that Cloudstairs is going to collapse and fall from the sky. Rainbow Dash doesn't go back, and gives her a chance to have her wings back and go back. Discording her and basically causing the main six to lose the game. I just love how Discord approached all of these situations, because think about it. He turned Applejack against her element by showing her the truth. Turned Pinkie Pie against her element by having her be laughed at. Turned Rarity against her element by basically giving her something that she's always wanted. And turned Rainbow Dash against her element by basically testing her loyalty. Now, realize I haven't talked about Fluttershy. Fluttershy's discordedness is one of the few parts of the episode I don't like. The reason why I don't like it is because he doesn't turn her against her element. She actually beats him. Like, think about it. Fluttershy was actually able to not get discorded by Discord normally and not fall for his tricks. Instead, Discord just got angry enough and discorded her the old-fashioned way. So basically, Fluttershy was the only one who was able to resist. Okay, Rarity was able to resist at one point, but she caved in at the end. Fluttershy was able to win the entire situation until Discord decided, screw it. And that was one part of the episode I did have a problem with. But other than that, there really isn't much problems with this episode if you really think about it. Animation's pretty smooth. I do like the story that they're going for. And I do like a lot of the elements that they play in this. Not to mention, Discord is one of the best villains. I mean, considering that we've only had 2 villains so far since I'm on Season 2, Discord is right now best villain. And even in the later seasons, I still say Discord is best villain. Though, the Season 4 finale villain definitely gives Discord a run for his money in more ways than one. So, I'll get to that when I get to Season 4. So, of course, Discord says he won, and now, you know, he's like, we're up for a big old storm of chaos. And it ends right there on a to be continued. So, what do I think about this episode, Return of Harmony Part 1? It was good. Like, really good. I feel like this is probably the best pilot. Like, I feel like this is the best Part 1 for Season 2. Like, the Season 2 pilot, I feel like was really good in more ways than 1. But I'm going to get to that when I do Part 2. As for Part 1, I feel like it was well executed in more ways than 1. I did like Discord as a villain, and I loved his design and speech pattern. I love his acts as a villain. I love how, like, he acts like, you know, characters that I remember from video games, like Shea Gorab and the Riddler. And honestly, like, the story itself writes itself. This is a story that writes itself in more ways than 1. And when the second part comes out, when I review the second part, you'll understand what I'm talking about in more ways than one. A lot of people have came up with this speculation, which the AY Pony made in his video, but I'm going to wait until I get to Keep Calm and Flutter On before I do that. So, there's not much else for me to say, but this episode was good. I mean, I know I didn't touch upon a lot of things, but then again, there isn't a lot of important stuff to be touched upon in this episode. Kind of like Friendship is Magic Part 1, when they do all the introductions with the main six. There isn't a lot going on in those instances that warrant me to analyze it insanely. One thing that they did show is that the main six have a stained glass window in Canterlot Castle now, which they did show that. And of course, we'll be seeing more of those in later seasons, but I digress. So anyways, guys, Part 1 of Return of Harmony. I really do like this episode, and I cannot wait to check out Part 2. So until next time, guys, I'm Keen47, aka Wolfkeen. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, guys, take care.